I am on a different software today. Don't even. I've never used. I've never ever in my life Streamlabs done a live stream on Streamlab before. I've been a part of people's live streams who have Streamlab, but I've never actually done it myself. So this is different. I don't even know if I'm live right now. Like, can people let me know in the chat, please? Can you see me? You know what I mean? Let me know if you're live. You know what I'm saying? If you can see me, you know what I mean? Because I don't know. I put live, it says I'm live, but I just got to double check, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, Miss Sorensen said that she was. You're live. Okay, thank you, Toasty. Thank you, Toasty. Appreciate that. I don't even know how delayed the comments are going to be, but that felt like it was happening quite soon, to be fair with you. So, yeah, that should be okay. Oh, it tells me how many people are watching me right now. I hate that, because I always have to not see who's watching me. But Ashley, welcome to the stream. Cobalt, welcome to the stream. Carl, how you doing? Interested to watch this as I have a feeling I'm in agreement. Love your page, but the anime comments disappointing me greatly. Well, we're about to find out. Carly, what's going on? I wish I had some popcorn. Natalie, how are you doing? Illusia, how are you? Well, this was unexpected. I know it wasn't a constant comment 24. I haven't seen you before, to be fair. And also, Carly, this is your first live stream, Carly. I don't think I've ever seen you on a live stream before, Oh, exciting times. But to be fair, I will say this though, folks. This is actually the first ever live stream we've had a cast member on. Usually, if I do videos with cast members, usually I do pre-recorded. So this is the first time we're doing a live, which is fantastic. So first and foremost, I can say definitely shout out to Andy on that one for obviously agreeing to do it live, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Gary, welcome. What's going on, Gary? Hope you're good. Hope everything's is okay in Canada. Happy Tuesday to you too, Ginger. Obviously, Toasty, that was going on. Lovely art. How are you doing? Natalie's like, yes, I'm just saying, how you doing, Natalie? I greet everyone all the time. You know what I'm saying? Light, how you doing? You know what, Light? Your picture's still dark, I'm seeing the pictures differently here. Nikki's drama drops. Okay. What a name. Nikki's drama drops. Nikki, what drama have you got for us? What drama have you got for us to drop today? Let's have a look. Nadine, how you doing? I'm seeing some people I've never seen in a live stream before, Damn. You know what, though? I need to start making my live streams with people coming in, you know what I'm saying? Illusion, we can see. Thanks so much. Turn the page. Long time no see. Turn the page. Hope you're good. Hope you are well. You know what I'm saying? Hope life is good in LA. It's LA, right? I'm pretty sure it's. Could be wrong. Is that what you were talking about yesterday? Yes, Wendy. That's what I was referencing to yesterday. But yeah, Andy will be coming in shortly. I told him to pop in at 7:05. So we've got 2 minutes, or if not less than 2 minutes. So we shall see obviously when he gets, you know what I mean? Then we get into the nitty and gritty. But bear with me though, because it's the first time using Streamlabs, so obviously no StreamYard. So it's gonna be a little bit choppy, a little bit different. Let's have a look here. Natalie, welcome to the show. You're good. Chanel, how are you doing? Robert Roy, how you doing? Seems like the customers are always confrontational with each other. I mean, always confrontational with me. I don't know much. Now, some like me, some don't. Some are like whatever. Mardiga, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Roberta, how you doing? Make sure you're liking the stream as well, folks. That'd be fantastic. Geraldine, how are you doing? Vanny, how are you? Kathy, how are you? Let's have a look here. Rachel in the booth, how you doing? Popcorn. I don't know what you put there. I think you put a bunch of emojis, Wendy, but for some reason Streamlabs not coming through to me. It's just repeating words. Let's have a look. Maureen, how you doing? Hope you're good. Mimi, how you doing? Mimi, it's been a minute. I hope you're well. Everything's good in Germany. It's been a while since I've caught a live. Come on now. 90 fiance Alexis in the booth. How you doing? Look at you. It's nice for you to gracious for once in your life. Too much of a celebrity on the IG these days, I see. Let's have a look here. So Andy is actually here. I see in the booth. I'm gonna add him in a second. Let me just keep doing my my greetings real quick. Actually, I've done greetings. Arrah one, welcome to the stream. All right, cool. So Andy's in the building here. I've now added Andy to the chat. I hope I done it right. Andy, can you please speak so I make sure I've got this correct, please, sir?
Hello.
Oh, fantastic! Do you know what though? Let me get my. I don't know if this is gonna echo. You know what? Though, hold a minute. Okay, cool. I know what I do. When you speak, I'll mute myself to make sure that there's no echo on my side because Usually I use OBS, and OBS is a different software, so it's a bit different.
Are you getting an echo from me as well? Do you want me to put my headphones on?
I have no idea, because I don't think I am. I mean, people in the chat, if I'm talking and Andy's talking at the same time, are we getting an echo? Please let us know, okay? I don't need my time. Okay, so let me know, okay? But what we're gonna do is, he sounds fine, okay? So apparently there's no echo. So that's good news. So first and foremost, what I'm gonna hold on a minute, see some more people coming in. Anyone that's coming in the chat now and I haven't said hi to you, shout out to you. How you doing? Stay tuned. Obviously, this is gonna be a very good live stream. Do you know what I mean? Right. So for the people who obviously don't know what's going on here, is that let me just pull up this screen real quick. Let me just add. Hold on a minute. Let's have a look. So I click this one. Share screen. Yep. I want to share screen. Which screen should I share? I am going to share my. Let's start off with. Oh, wait. I've got two Instagram. Oh, which one is it? Oh, crap. I don't know which one it is. Shit. Okay, I'm going to start this one first. Okay, cool. So I made a video. Okay, cool. Oopsie daisy. It's playing already. Slow down. No one else is playing just yet. Okay, smarts. Okay, so I made a video over the course of this week's episode of 90 Day Fiance UK, and obviously I gave my opinion on what I think could be going on with Andy and Arrah. You know what? Let me stop reading the comments. I'm so sorry. Usually when I make videos, I can't see the comments when I'm watching the video, and then I go to them after. This is why, but this setup is freaking different. All right, cool. So what we're gonna do first and foremost, folks, is that we're gonna play the opening clip, obviously, of what happened, of what I said, and then after that, I'm gonna show you obviously what Andy obviously said back, and then obviously from there we'll then have a discussion about it, okay, folks. But obviously some of you I know have seen it, some of you haven't. But anyway, let's get into it. So let me just play it now. But let me just wait a minute. Let me just.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we're going to start a family at some point when we get back, right?
Yeah. We are planning to have kids. Like, we're planning to have a basketball team.
So first and foremost, the visa for Arrah to come to the UK has been approved. They got approval only within literally 2 weeks, which is fantastic. So now he's gone to the Philippines to pick her up, and then they're gonna head back to the UK. So congratulations on that one. But are they really gonna have kids? I mean, she was joking about obviously having many kids to start a basketball team, but having a kid is definitely something that is a part of the plan, because well, her mother wanted to have kids, and of course the mother's gonna want to have grandkids, and Arrah is of course okay with it. But the thing is, though, I don't think Arrah really understands the challenges that she's going to have as a single mother and a carer. I repeat myself, single mother and carer, because the matter of fact is, when she has kids, I am not convinced that Andy's going to do that much to help her raise their child. I think that she's going to be raising the child 90%, if not 95% of the time by herself. And I also believe, because of course she's going to have to care for Andy at the same time, this is why I say that she's going to be a single mother and a carer at the same time. I don't know if she understands or is ready for that type of responsibility. A part of me does actually feel sorry for her, because, well, I am not fully convinced that this man is with her because he loves her. I'm still on the fence where I believe he's with her more for the case of the fact that she's going to be able to look after him, because he said the reason why I took interest in women from the Philippines in the first place is because some of the women that have looked after him in the past that have been really good at it have been from the Philippines. So there is that, yeah, that's why I'm very skeptical of him. To be honest with you, she seems like a very, very lovely lady, and I really hope that she has not made the biggest regret of her life. I really hope not. I really hope that this man is going to treat her right, and they're going to do right by their kids. But don't get me wrong, I've seen people who are in a wheelchair or have a disability who have been able to be great parents, to be honest with you. So it is definitely something that's possible for Andy. It's just that his intentions, for me, I'm not 100% sure if he wanted to marry her for her or marry her for the services that she's going to bring him. Hence also why, he wanted her to move to the UK rather than he moved to the Philippines, which I agree with the mom. The mom said that you basically broke a promise. And I think he fully knew the whole time that there was no way he's going to move there, and it was always going to be because of her moving to the UK. Well, you lovely folks can give me your thoughts regarding the situation itself in particular. But with that being said, let's get crack-a-lacking with some of the. There we go. Okay, so this is obviously what I said in that video clearly. Okay, so Andy then oh god, sorry guys, I just caught my skin on my mouse. But Andy obviously then had his own opinion regarding the matter itself in particular. So we're just gonna go into. Okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? Sorry, just bear with me, folks. So I'm just gonna now add in. Hold on a minute. Right. I hope I share the correct screen because otherwise it's not looking good here. Right. Okay. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Okay. So I believe this one should. Yeah, this is the one. So then Andy obviously then made a post. Okay. Now, because you're here, Andy, if you can see what's on my screen, yes. Fantastic. Okay. So if you can unmute yourself and read, obviously, what you said, because I feel like it's gonna sound so much cooler coming out of your own voice now.
I'll do my best. So I put "Dear Moving Mad" because apologies, I didn't know your name was Madsy, but there we go. So I've largely avoided commenting on posts about how I was portrayed on the show because I believe that everyone's entitled to their opinion, whether it casts me and Arrah in a positive or a negative light. However, I found your recent comments about Arrah potentially becoming a single mother and carer extremely disappointing, not just on a personal level, but for what they imply about disabled parents more broadly. There are countless disabled mums and dads doing an amazing job raising children, often without any assistance, and framing disability as inherently incompatible with parenthood perpetuates a harmful, outdated narrative. You may argue that you are speaking specifically about me, but when those views are aired publicly, they legitimize a broader conversation that questions whether disabled people are capable of genuine relationships or family life, and that has a real-world impact. I've lived independently for 17 years. I run a business, drive, and have even coached young disabled people on how to live independently. I'm proud of what I've built and the support Arrah and I give each other as equal partners. I believe we all have a responsibility to challenge stereotypes when we see them, especially those that hurt already marginalized communities. If you'd ever be open to a more direct and honest conversation about this, I'd welcome the chance to chat. You're muted, mate.
Yeah, no, I am. Now. Okay, right. So, because obviously with the ending part, obviously with what Andy says there anyway at the end when he obviously speaks about how he's open to having a chat. This is why we are here right now to have the open chat. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, as a content creator, obviously I can't say things and then run away as if I'd ever said something. You see what I'm saying? So this is why we're here right now. So obviously I will start off by giving my own response in terms of obviously what Andy had to say. First and foremost, I don't disagree with anything that was said in regarding obviously. I think the most important thing is that sometimes something can be said, and even if it's directed at someone, it could be generalized depending on the person that is listening. Okay. But I will say that sometimes some people, when they listen, they take in whatever information that they want, and it's entirely up to them to see what they want to do with it. You see what I'm saying? But I will say this, obviously, when I say what I said, this is from a perspective of, for someone that has watched 90 Day for a long time, and also somebody that's aware of the world and how people can be. There are people in this world that will happily use someone for a benefit. Now, obviously, I know obviously this is 90 Day Fiance UK, but in the recent season, I think, of 90 Day Fiance, the other way, I think it was, we then had a guy called Brian who was also in a wheelchair at the time. Obviously, with him, a lot of us are under the influence that he was trying to find a wife to basically look after him because that's how he was portrayed on the show. And that's just how, and also we saw an interview of him in the past, you see what I'm saying? So for me, when I make a video, one of the things I like to do is to play devil's advocate and give both sides of what it could be. That's why, of course, in the video, I said that at the end of the day, I do hope that Andy has the right intentions, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm necessarily convinced, purely because, of course, in the storyline, when you said about getting married in the Philippines because you can't get divorced, and you said obviously that kind of proves that we obviously want to be with each other. For some of us, we're thinking, but was that just your smart way of making sure that she can't leave you? Do you see what I'm saying? And also, generally speaking, let's just take away disability out of it. You know, it has been definitely known for passport bros to go to the Philippines, to go to Thailand, to go all these places, you know what I mean? And to find women to basically end up looking after them. Do you see what I'm saying? So my comment obviously was just generally speaking, which is also, like I said before in the video, I'm also fully aware that there's many people in this world that have got a different type of disabilities who are amazing parents. But then there's people in the world who have no disabilities and they are freaking terrible parents. You know, mine being one of them, to be honest with you. So there is that part too. Do you see what I'm saying? So obviously, when I said what I said, obviously I wasn't expecting it for people to take it in the perspective of that you've taken in. Do you know what I mean? But I understand it and I respect it. Do you see what I'm saying? But obviously at the same time, I was speaking on a bigger scale of, guys, we've also got to be open that this may not be. But I will say this though, before the season started, a lot of people were like, oh my God, it looks like Big Ed 2.0, all this kind of stuff. People were coming in with some crazy stuff. I mean, listen, even on your page itself in particular, you've got obviously comments from people from Reddit already, who was already obviously what's called being horrible to you, saying things about you before the show had even edited. And I think you've even got a clip of another creator as well. I think it was Kiki. You've also got a clip of her saying that basically you're here just to make a GoFundMe or some random rubbish or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? You know? But at the end of the day, what we can say is that as the season's gone on, everybody has obviously had a turnaround. They're like, oh, the hell, okay, she's a lovely girl, you know what I mean? He's a lovely guy, you know what I mean? Which is a good thing. I think it's amazing that people started off with an opinion, but now obviously people have a positive opinion. But at the same time, as a creator, I'm still going to play devil's advocate just in case, because in the world that we live in, especially the 90-day world, I mean, some of the things that have happened with cast members that have come on the show and you think they're good, and the next thing you know, they're arrested. Next thing you know, they're doing this. You see what I'm saying? But end of the day, it definitely wasn't a direct attack on yourself. You know what I mean? It was just a general thing because of the patterns that we've seen over the years. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm going to stop talking there because I can talk forever clearly. I'll let you obviously say anything that you'd like to say. Make sure you unmute yourself.
Thanks, man. Yeah, firstly, like, thank you for actually agreeing to have a chat. I do really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to unpack here. So, look, firstly, I signed up to a reality TV show. I'm fully aware that people were going to have opinions about me. And I'm generally like, I'm okay with it. It pisses me off sometimes. Sorry, I've just sworn on your channel, but yeah, it annoys me sometimes. But like, you know, I'm aware that I signed up for it. I've got to take the bad with the good kind of thing. But there's like a very fine line between saying something specifically about me and, you know, it can lead to implying something about a whole community. And I think when you did your video, you were reacting to what you saw on the show, and you absolutely didn't say all disabled people can't be parents, but that still puts that thought in people's minds. It allows other people who have got far more extreme views to feel okay with voicing them. Like, the best way I can probably describe this is like someone like Trump. Trump has never outwardly said, I'm going to go and kill all the immigrants in America or whatever. But because he's sort of leaned in that direction and he's got this huge platform and he's got this huge attention on him, it's allowed people with those extreme views to start, like, they feel comfortable doing it now. And that's a similar thing with disability. So, and the parent thing, I think a lot of people who don't have a disability would fully understand how much hate we get for having children. I have a friend who's got the same condition as me, and a couple of years ago, she was, I don't know, she was out going to Tesco Express or something. She had a 6-month-old baby with her, and a woman came up to her, spat on her baby, and said, "You're short, shouldn't have children." So those attitudes are out there. And when you, like I said, you weren't running around with a t-shirt that says "I hate disabled people." You made a comment about me on a reality TV show and 90 Day. I get it. But I think as a content creator, you have a responsibility to like self-edit a little bit, I guess. Like, if you were a traditional journalist, if you worked for The Guardian or whatever, and you were reviewing the show, you'd write your piece, you'd say, Andy's just looking for a carer, and then the editor would go away and they would do research and they would maybe look at what my condition involves. Does it require someone with a carer? Is it degenerative? Will it get worse as I get older? They would reach out to me for a comment and they would try and clean the facts up. But obviously YouTube, it's free for all. And like, I love that because it does allow people to have a platform to speak about things. But I think when you've got a big audience, you need to have a bit of a self-editorial process. And it is a fine line, and it's not an easy one to figure out. And, you know, I've watched all your other reviews and, like, to be honest, I've enjoyed listening to them. But this one, I just thought crossed that fine line. And I don't think, like I said, I don't think you did it with hate in your heart. I think you were reacting to what you saw, and I think you just worded it badly, basically.
Oh, okay, yeah. Listen. I mean, listen. At the end of the day, I think for doing this for such a long time now, I'm very aware that sometimes it doesn't matter how you word something. Sometimes a word can trigger people or whatever, and people are allowed to feel how they feel. Do you know what I mean? For me personally, regarding the video itself in particular, I mean, end of the day, I understand that everything that they said was based on obviously what I was seeing, and also just trying to be the devil advocate, and also painting a picture based on other things that have happened on previous shows, as well as things that happened in life in general. You see what I'm saying? Now, of course, if anybody decided to take offense, obviously like yourself, on the matter of what I said, I mean, if I sat here and I said, you know what, I regret what I said and I apologize, I wouldn't be telling the full truth, because the matter of the fact is, though, I know that what I said was said as clear as it can be, in my humble opinion, okay? And in my comment section, I saw that there were some people that were for it and there was a lot of people that wasn't for it, but at the same time, it's the internet. And in the internet, I mean, to be fair, I know you're definitely finding this out now, being on 90 Day. Especially if you spend time on Reddit, then that's a whole different ballgame, which is why I don't go on there personally unless I'm looking for content clearly. End of the day, you're going to get people who are for you and people who are not for you. And it is up to myself, the content creator, it's up to you yourself as the person that's on TV to choose whether or not you want what people have said about you, obviously, to be an issue or not, okay? So for me, what I'm going to say is the main thing that, well, not the main thing, but one of the main things that should be taken away from this is that obviously when we say what we say, we've got to hope that the people that receive it take it obviously as we say it and not as we didn't say it. Because in the video, I made sure to tell people that, listen, I know for a fact there are many people in this world with disabilities that can be amazing parents. But I will say this, there was never a point where I said, you know what, I feel like this guy is going to 100% be a terrible father or he's going to be a terrible husband or blah. All I said was, I just don't know if I'm fully convinced, but I hope I'm wrong. I didn't say that bit, but I said I hope that obviously at the end of the day that it's going to be great. Do you see what I'm saying? Because the matter of fact is, I mean, no offense, but like when it comes to you and Arrah in the show, she's been edited as such a lovely girl. Do you know what I'm saying? So a part of what I was saying was also in protection of her, because I'm thinking, man, like, this Arrah chick is actually really, really cool, really that up, because you know what I mean? Like, she seems to have such a lovely soul. And to be fair, we live in a world where there are so many women with lovely souls, and there are so many men who take advantage of them. You see what I'm saying? So obviously, I'm thinking, you know what? I really hope that this is going to go the direction it needs to go in. You see what I'm saying? Because she's leaving the Philippines. You know what I mean? She's leaving her family. She's coming to the UK. And also being someone that lives in the UK too, even though I haven't been to the Philippines, all I know is that the UK has its freaking hardships. You know what I mean? So obviously I'm thinking, I really hope that this whole thing is going to work out for them, for her, but also for you too. Do you see what I'm saying? But end of the day, I completely understand and I completely respect what you're saying. And I do agree, people should definitely be aware of what they say and how they say it. You know what I mean? But the internet is a freaking it's a dark place.
Really
but I
is.
do get
Okay.
it. Go ahead, sorry.
Say, like even during the show, I give you an example, me talking about Filipino nurses. I worded that so badly in the show because it's not what I meant at all. And people have cottoned onto that one thing. And they're like, oh, he's got a nurse fetish, man. He's looking for a care. Yeah, exactly. And it's just, like I said, I worded it super badly. And I'm watching the show and I'm like, oh God, no, this I'm cringing watching myself. And I've tried to explain it and it would take far too long to explain it. But where, the gist of it is when I talk about the care that they provided, I'm not talking about, wiping my bum and giving me a bed bath. I'm talking about like there's a culture in the Philippines of look after everybody as if they're one of your own. There's a word for it, which I've completely forgotten. And like, as an example of this, I had one Filipino nurse who, I was a kid, my parents could only visit me 2 or 3 hours a day in hospital, and I'd been there for 3 months at a time in a bed. It's like prison sentence. And she would like bring in her portable DVD player and sit and watch a movie with me after her shift had ended. She could have gone home and gone to sleep, but she'd grab a couple of snacks and sit and spend a bit of extra time because she knew that there was nobody else there to hang out with. And that was the care I'm talking about. But obviously I didn't say that in the show, and obviously people have cottoned onto the wrong thing. So like, this is what I guess this is what I'm saying. You know, you can. It's so easy to slip up and say something that gets misconstrued. But I wanted to, when I said I wanted to have a chat with you, like it was partly because I think, I don't know. I think you didn't pick up on enough of the show. Like I feel like the show did present me as very independent and not requiring any kind of extra care. And I felt like maybe you hadn't seen that, and I wasn't sure. Like I went back and rewatched it. I was like, I'm pretty sure that that's not how it looked, but you know.
No, do you know? Sorry, no. I definitely saw that. Listen, obviously, the first couple episodes that you appeared on, it was definitely evidently shown that you was independent, especially leading up to when you went to ask our mom for permission to marry as well. 1000%, that was obviously portrayed. But obviously, like I said before, it's a matter of just sometimes playing devil advocate, because what happened was there was that part, but then there was the part where well, in the edits, you spoke about getting married in the Philippines, you can't get divorced. And then there was also the part of where originally you was meant to move to the Philippines, but then all of a sudden you come to the UK and you find that you can't move to the Philippines. For me now, I'm like, well, common sense tells me that clearly he knew that he couldn't move to the Philippines. So this seems a bit sketchy now. Do you see what I'm saying? So obviously, when you're adding in those edits that coming in and feeling a bit sketchy, that's when you're like, now I don't know if these intentions are really that, because you know, in those early scenes, you know what I mean? Like I was like, you know what? This could be going places, but then those little edits come in. I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna have to add in these little things just in case, because you know, like I said before, we've seen so many people come on the show, and then all of a sudden we've heard this story and that story, and then it's like it hasn't surprised none of us. You see what I'm saying? So it was just a matter of that. So don't 1000%. I don't. I definitely understand you as independent, but also I'll say this: I hate to bring it back to Brian. Brian portrayed himself as independent to begin with, and all of a sudden we're like, nah, this guy is literally looking for someone to look after him. You see what I'm saying? Even though the storylines are nowhere near the same, to be fair, it's just that once you get that bit in, you're like, okay, now I've got to mention this just in case. You see what I'm saying? You know, but you know, at the end of the day, I believe that you can confidently sit here right now and tell us all that, listen, you know, you're not using your Arrah, you know what I mean? You wasn't looking for someone to come into your life to be a nurse. You know what I mean? You generally obviously had a connection with somebody, and you generally both obviously have a love for each other, and that's why you are both here. And if that's the and I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna believe it, you know what I mean? Because for the most part, like everybody likes you both. You know what I mean? Like because you have got a very good connection. That's just the grand scheme. It's just that one little bit there. I was like, okay, well, let me just say what I'm thinking, because you never know. Because end of the day in life, you never know. You know, like we live in the world of expect the unexpected. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And yeah, it's great that you mentioned Brian, because like one of the big reasons Arrah and I agreed to do the show was we saw Brian. We watched that shit show. And like that guy was the worst representation of disability. And we wanted to prove that, you know, not all disabled people like that. And also with Arrah, if you look at 90 Day series, whenever they show Filipinas, they show them in extreme poverty. They're not well educated. They don't show the Philippines in a good light. And you know, Arrah's comes from like what would be considered a middle class family in the Philippines. Her mum runs a business. Like she has a good life out there. She went to a prestigious college in the Philippines. So like we both, you know, we didn't just sign up for a laugh. We did sort of think, okay, maybe we can push a more positive story out there. Now, the divorce thing, we might as well talk about it while we're on it. So yeah, again, I mean, we did actually explain a little bit more than that, but they took the headline and put that in the show. You know what I mean? Arrah and I we are religious, we're spiritual. We do believe that marriage is for life. And it was a conversation that we had very early on that I'm not saying divorce is wrong, but we both personally believe that divorce, it's not something we're aiming for. We're not marrying to, with the aim of splitting apart in 5 years. And like we both considered it a sign of loyalty. But also marrying in the Philippines was more about her family being able to attend, because Filipinos, it's very expensive for them to come to the UK. They have to get a special visa and everything. And I was like, for me, it was, okay, obviously I'd love my family there, but I'd rather she have her family there. So that's really the main reason. But I stupidly made, you know, when we were talking about it, I stupidly mentioned the divorce thing, and yeah, it's an like I said, self-censorship, man. We've all got to do it. We've all got to think before we speak.
Listen, okay, carry on. Sorry, carry on.
No, I was just going to say, like, we've all got to think before we speak, and we all say stuff that you look back and you're like, I wish I hadn't have said that, you know.
No, it's true. I mean, especially when it comes to 90 Day Fiance, because I know obviously they're well, everybody here knows that's watched for a long time that their sole purpose is to catch you guys saying certain things that they can edit in a way that's going to look, you know, obviously in the light that they need it to look. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, now it makes. I mean, end of the day, so I definitely believe everything that you're saying. Do you see what I'm saying? You know, because there's no reason not to. That's just the grand scheme of it. And listen, just like everybody else is, well, not everyone, but some people are saying in the comment section anyway. It's good that obviously we was able to have this conversation. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Obviously, I know you can't speak about anything regarding the show, because I know some people asking some questions. I'm like, hey, you can't ask him anything. I'm pretty sure you definitely cannot clarify if Arrah is in the UK. But to be fair, folks, I'll let you know, folks. We'll find out in about 2 to 3 weeks' time. That's if whether she's here or not, because obviously the tell-all. You guys are having a tell-all this season, right? There was one last season.
Yes, so we've got one more episode, and then there's a tell-all.
Is it just the one tell-all episode, or is it 2?
It's just one. Yeah, they keep it short in the UK.
They do us dirty, man. Listen, like the UK, you know, 90 days so much better than the USA one, you know. But we only get one, but fair enough though. So guys, don't worry, we've got 2 weeks left, and you know you'll find her wherever Arrah is, obviously in the UK or not. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully she's here, you know, and hopefully she's enjoying the weather right now. You know, but I will say this though, you made a very good point about whenever they portray Philippine women in, or to be fair, anyone that's just not from a first world country, whenever they do portray them in a show, they do portray them, you know, in a very lower light. To be fair, I have actually been very surprised and very satisfied with how they've actually portrayed Arrah this season, to be honest with you, because it wasn't really about her surroundings, it was more about herself and her family. Do you know what I mean? And you go in there to meet her family, to get the approval. So I do really respect the way they've done it this season, obviously for obviously 90 Day. But then again, I do feel like as Brits, we're a bit more polite about that stuff, to be honest with you, because I'm still waiting for it to happen in the US version, you know. But you know that I'm happy that it's worked out that way, to be fair, you know. But I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we've obviously gone through everything now. Is there anything else that you wanted to say, or
honestly,
you...
just want to say thanks again. Like, I appreciate that you gave me a chance to talk. Yeah, I'd rather have a conversation about this than have people assume. And
no, that's fine. I completely get that. Before you go, I'm just going to go through some comments. Let's see if there's any comments here that we can maybe answer. See if there's, because I know a lot of people have been talking about a whole lot, to be fair, which is quite good. I see obviously Arrah is in the live chat as well, so it's good to see her here supporting you. You know what I mean? Obviously interacting with the people here, because it's not every day you get cast members to come in and interact with the live chat, which is absolutely fantastic. So shout out to her for obviously being there. And then you've got one hell of a big fan that called Nicola, that everybody's like, why are you here? I don't know what that is, but hey ho. But this is the part of the internet, you know. Sometimes you get people that like us, and people that don't like us, but it is what it is.
I mean, I'm learning. You've obviously been doing this for a long time. This is all very new to me. Like having not the whole world, but a very large portion of people having opinions on your life. It's mad. I don't know how you do it.
Listen, it is very bad. I mean, listen, to be honest, but each time I get asked this question by cast members or whatnot, I just say that, to be honest, for me, I literally come on, I watch the episode, make the content, and then I go about my day. Like you won't see me going on Reddit trying to search my name or to find out what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't really care. You know, and even when I go in the comment section of my own videos, literally I'll just look for the ones that obviously are speaking sense. You know what I mean? Respond to some and like some, you know what I mean? And obviously go about my day. Because I do feel like, from what I've seen from a lot of cast members of 90 Day over the years, I feel like a lot of them, the second the episode airs, they're all on Reddit trying to search the names. They're all on Google searching the names. And the thing is, though, if you're searching your name, be prepared of what's gonna come. Do you know what I mean? You know, a lot of people just do
absolutely it. Brutal. Like we were told when we started the show, like, just stay clear of it, but you can't help yourself, and then you go and you're like, oh, I don't know. You know?
You see what I'm saying? So for me, I just stay away, man. Honestly, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I said, oh, you know, I'm a super strong person who can handle it. No, I'm not. I'm just I just avoid reading things that I just don't need to know about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I understand that I just like to make content. You know, I like to just give my opinion, and that's about it. Do you know what I mean? I'm just fortunate enough I've been able to do it to a level where I have been able to build a community, and obviously I do appreciate every single person that comes in, watches the videos, you know, obviously likes them and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Which reminds me, shout out to the people that gave me some super stickers and super chats in the chat, Denise and Gary. Thank you for that one, by the way. Very much appreciated. But hey ho, man. Listen, everybody that was able to minute well for Andy and Arrah, it's mostly good. But I often warn cast members not to go there. Okay, sorry, someone's responded to someone. Sorry, I thought that was a comment to us, but it's not clearly. Someone did ask a question. Can you please tell us some more about the anecdotes of the wedding day? We haven't. No, he can't answer any questions that have not aired, guys. Come on now. You know this. Stop trying to be smart asses. Come on now. you're trying to get more people to not want to come here. Come on, guys. Be nice, okay? So we get more people coming in. You can't try and ambush him and try and get him to break his contract. You people are mean. But you know, thank you so much, Andy. Though I really appreciate it. You know what I mean. And obviously, I will say this though. I will still continue to react to the rest of the season, obviously, as I am. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So if I say anything moving forward that offends you, I guess I apologize in advance. But it all comes from a place of just critiquing based on what they're showing us on the show. You know what I mean? But there you go.
Yeah. No, like I do appreciate it, and like I said, you know, at least you were man enough to come and have a conversation about it afterwards.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, listen, I can't. It would be silly of me or any creator to talk about someone and then not have the decency to then have a conversation with that person about what you said, because it's petty. But to be fair, I will say this: I do know from my observations there are many creators in the 90-day world that create things and they love to talk shit about cast members, but never want to have that conversation. I mean, honestly, like the things that I hear sometimes in the 90-day streets is crazy. I'm hearing about, so she blocked him, he blocked her. I'm thinking, guys, like we don't even know each other. Like, you know what I mean? We watch it. You know what I mean? We then have our opinions. You know what I mean? And we should just leave it as that. But so many people literally like have wars with cast members, or this creative. We have wars with other creators, and I'm like, I thought we was adults. You know what I mean? It's nothing personal, you know what I mean? But if I offend someone, I'll happily have the conversation, do you know what I mean? So we can straighten up obviously our opinions and then obviously just go about our way, you know what I mean? It's just that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But maybe us British is different, because most of the drama that I hear be from the Americans and Canadians. Maybe we're more civil after all, and they call us rude. So there we go. But thank you so much for your time, man. And obviously, I'll enjoy seeing the rest of the season. And hopefully, if she is in UK, then I hope you two are having a great time. And I hope that she's enjoying it here and doesn't want to go back to the Philippines. Because most people that come here want to go back to where they came from. But you know. But thank you so much, man. I'll leave you there, man. I don't know if you want to say bye to everyone and say thanks to everyone.
Yeah, bye everybody. Thanks for watching.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Matthew, mate. Bye.
All right, guys. So that was obviously, us done with Andy there, which obviously was a lovely chat. You know what I mean? Man, just one of the nicest reviewers out here. Come on, thank you, Wendy. Hey, Wendy's giving me props. You know, damn, it must be my birthday. Damn, Wendy, where's my gift? It must be my birthday right now. You're gonna send me a gift, plane ticket. But yeah, listen, shout out to every single person that was able to come into the live stream. Do you know what I mean? I really appreciate every single one of you that was able to keep the live chat active. You know what I mean? I know obviously there was a little bit of a dabble with a certain person there, but I really appreciate you guys obviously handling it in a very respectful manner. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, normally today we would do our live streams for the show that was on literally yesterday, which obviously would be the other way. So what we are going to do is we'll still be doing the live stream for the other way. But what do you call it? We would probably do it. It's either going to be tomorrow or it's going to be Thursday. So that live stream we still having, it's going to be coming Thursday. Okay. Wait, how many people do you need to buy your plane ticket? Listen, everybody broke these days, so I'm doing what I used to do in school. Ask everybody. You know what I'm saying? When I was in school, right? Like, because my mom never gave me like enough money, whatever. But that's a different conversation. I used to go around to everyone. I'll be like, so guys, you got 20p, you got 20p, and then give me a pound. 5 people, 20p, give me a pound. All of a sudden, I can go buy some food. But clearly, because you're all flipping cheapskates, you know what I'm saying? Like, Yeah, man, I got asked 1,000 views. No, I'm just playing. Mazzy, you get a spare. You get a spare. Send one here. Nah, listen. If I get a spare, I'm using that money to fund my trip. It's things that I do there. Oh, damn. Anyway, but yeah, guys, if you want to leave me like $1,000 super chat before we leave, so I can get a plane ticket to the US, let me know. You know, what I'm saying, I'll be grateful for that. If you want to offer me any accommodations all at the same time, I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? If anybody wants to give me a green card, you know what I mean, I'm all for that too. You know what I mean? You know what's gonna happen? I'll fly to the USA. I'll spend about five minutes in the USA and be like, you know what? I want to go back home now. Been here, done that. Bye bye. It's not a good time if you know what I mean. Listen, discount groceries. Oh my days. So someone on 90 day with Magic. Listen, who wants to go on 90 day with me? You know, let's go some mayhem. Damn, man, that's crazy work. Oh, you get your toe, Madzi, in little bits and trickles here and there. Listen, I'm still waiting for Wendy though. Wendy told me that she was gonna hook me up. You know what I mean? But I don't know what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, you want to be a 90 day fiance? I'm dying over here with you now. Nah, it's so good, man. It's so good. It's so just so fun and games. So fun and games. You know what I mean? That's all it really is at the end of the day. But listen, honestly, guys, you guys have been absolutely fantastic. But yeah, this week, either be tomorrow or Thursday, where we'll be going live, obviously, for the other week, guys. So don't worry about it. It's gonna happen no matter what. Okay. Maddie, I respect that you don't want to be on 90 day like Kelly. He wasn't. He doesn't want to either. I'm not too sure who Kelly is, to be fair. Nikki loves drama. Love from the US. Cover. Oh, LOL from the US. I never said that. I'm too far. Oh, nah, Wendy, you said that. I literally said. What did I say one time? No, Wendy said this. She said this. She's lying. She's lying. That's it. Yeah, Wendy was like, she'll bring me to the USA for one. She said this. I'll tell you God. I won't lie to you. Everybody was here. Everybody saw on the live stream. Wendy, age gap makes for good TV. Fact. Oh, Molly and Kelly. Oh, yeah. I hear you on that one. Oh, is that two Wendy's? There's only one Wendy here. Where's the oh, there's only one Wendy. There's not two here. We're talking about Wendy's front yard. That's what we're talking about, though. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but anyway, thank you so much for your time, guys. We're gonna go away now. I'm gonna go eat some food, enjoy myself. You know what I mean? And hope you guys obviously enjoy the rest of your day. I know for a lot of guys, it's like 1:45 PM right now. And for me, it's like 7:45, 43, whatever. But anyway, thank you so much for your time, folks. Okay, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you check out the live stream. Make sure you check out the uploads. To like them, please. Comment on them. Help the algorithm. You know what I mean? And thank you for another super sticker there, Denise. Very much appreciated. Love you for that. Boom. Come on now. But hey, guys. See you next time. Peace.